SB in LA. He's back. Syd Bolton.
I am. I'm back. Safe. One piece.
How long were you down there, by the way?
I was actually down there from Monday to Friday. The show was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but of course with travel being sort of in a different time zone, you want to sort of allow for some extra time. So,
do you get surprised at these shows? Does something hit you didn't expect to see?
Well, of course, Nintendo's new stuff. I knew they were bringing out something, but I didn't know what it was going to be. This new controller that they have, the Wii U controller, that was a surprise because Nintendo's been pretty innovative in the past. Well, really they've been innovative for a long time, but it's been more so, it seems, since the Wii came out. They seem to really be changing the way gaming works and sort of trying to expand gaming to a wider audience. And this Wii U controller looks like that's going to do that again, I think. And so that kind of surprised me a little bit. Some of the other stuff, I can't say I was really super surprised, but there was a new Star Trek game, and of course I'm a big Trek fan. And I walked into the meeting and I said, because they sort of do these behind the scenes stuff. This wasn't shown to the general public or the people that were there at the show even, unless you had a media badge. And so I said, you know what, I'm a Trek fan. I've been disappointed over the past, 20 years in the types of games that have been available on computers and consoles. I really hope that you've got something impressive. And wow, like this new Star Trek game that's coming out, it's coming out to coincide with the new movie, which is coming out next summer, but it's not about the new movie. It's a co-op game where you actually play, either one person plays as Kirk and one person plays as Spock. So here's one big surprise. It's set in the universe of the original Trek, which, a lot of people sort of, don't really care for. But the reboot of the franchise by Bad Robot and J.J. Abrams has just been fantastic. The movie came out in 2009, did very, very well. And this game, and the interesting thing about this game is it's actually being developed right here in London, Ontario. So very close to home. So I was surprised by that.
Now, talking about the E3, I know the Consumer Electronics Show of Vegas. Everybody goes down there to see all the new toys. So people get an understanding. You're in Los Angeles E3. Is it the same equivalent for gamers? Is it for the media and for, the pundits, we say to get a peek at what's going on, or is it more than that?
It is a trade show, so it's strictly limited to people that are in the industry. So Joe Public cannot walk in. You have to either be affiliated with a company. Now, the way a lot of the younger folks get in is if you work at GameStop or EB Games, as most of them are up here still, that considers you, that you're considered to be in the industry. So you're allowed to get in as long as you're 17 years of age or older. But most of the people that are there tend to be people that are in the industry that write about the industry or develop for the industry. So a lot of times you get developers going to see what their peers are doing and get an idea and understanding. And then I'm sure there's other people that managed to get in because there was 47,000 people there, I think, this year. So it was very, very busy. There were crowds all the time. I was surprised, even on the last day on Thursday. I left the show about 4 o'clock, about an hour before it closed, and I thought, oh, it'll be great. I'll be able to go and catch some stuff that has had huge lines. Nah, there's still lines. I'm like, forget it.
What's happening in this economy with the cost of the technology? Is it coming in bigger, or are they responding to the fact that maybe the dollars aren't there as they once were?
Well, the thing with the gaming industry is it's actually moved more towards the motion picture industry in terms of what it's costing to develop games. So now you're finding games are getting into like $100 million to develop, like the last Call of Duty was. So that's big bucks, right? And the returns are just as big as well. But much like the motion picture industry, there's also big gambles. So what's interesting is we're seeing a lot of companies coming back with games that are sort of consistent franchise hits for them, and that like the Call of Duties and the Battlefields and the stuff that are constantly selling. And then at the other end of the spectrum, we've got a whole bunch of small independent developers doing it on the cheap, 1 and 2 and 3 person teams. So the stuff in the middle is almost disappeared. It's really strange.
Well, we've got some footage going on here before we let you get out of here because we're building a Timbit tower. You talk about technology.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
They're working out here right now as we speak, trying to build a tower of Timbits in honor of Timmy's 35th anniversary. So they're working feverishly.
I'm assuming the Timbits are from today and not from 35 years ago.
Well, we're going to find out. If they are, they're probably easier to build. They'll just be tougher to chew. But, thanks for coming in again
today.
No
problem.
Timbits. Yeah, the Tower of Timbits. When do we return? Maybe. Thanks for being here on a Wednesday. It's Inside Brant.